Hi, my name is Dan, and this is my channel, Engelgeist. Thank you for tuning in. This is the October Tarotscope for the sign of Virgo. So if you have a Virgo rising, sun, moon, or possibly Venus in Virgo, if this turns into a love reading, then you would want to cross-watch this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. If you want to subscribe, that would be great too. Hit the bell to make sure that you are notified every time I put up a new video, and that way you're notified. So anyways, you can also follow me on Instagram at Engelgeist333. If you're interested in that, that's available to you. I am going to shuffle the cards now to see what's going on for all my Virgo friends for the month of October. Give me one moment, please. Can you not chew on that? That's probably not very good. That's plastic, babe. Don't chew on that. Sorry, my dog is chewing on his kennel, on the corner of his kennel. You would think I don't feed him enough or something. He's just staring at me here and chewing. He wants me to take a nap with him, but I want to get through the first 6 signs so I can do the other 6 tomorrow. All right, let's see what's going on for the Virgos. All right, so this first card is sort of representational of sort of where you're at for most of the month of October, kind of where you're resonating at, where your sort of default setting is, what sort of the theme or the general overview of the month is going to be for all of my Virgo watchers. So this is the Balance card. This is part of the Major Arcana, so it does have a little bit of punch to it. I think that it's going to be a significant month for the Virgos. I think that this is your start-off point or your sort of theme for the month. It says to me that keeping everything under control and under balance is going to be important for you guys. It feels to me like when I'm looking at this diamond that there's a lot at risk this month, or it feels like there's a lot at risk. Like there's a lot, not only is there a lot at risk, but there's a lot to be rewarded, if that makes sense. Like if we can keep everything together and get through the month of October, we very well might be in for a big payoff. That's kind of the sense that I'm getting from this card. I also feel like this face in the background does feel like we're being watched or possibly judged, but Virgos don't really care about that. I think that you guys are capable signs, and you kind of do what you need to get done to you sort of get the job done. But just, I feel like maybe that little added pressure, this could be a boss, this could be a mother, it could be somebody that's sort of like, just kind of maybe, even it could be a voice in your head that maybe is being a little bit too self-critical or sort of like not necessarily supporting you in the way that you need to. But the Virgos are going to be strong. You guys are going to keep that balance, or attempt to keep that balance and keep everything together, because there is, like I said, this sort of this reward that you want to have come about from presenting and keeping everything sort of afloat, if that makes sense, okay? I'll know a little bit more as I get into the other cards, kind of, I might bounce back to this card and explain it a little bit more. But the next card is the Foundation card. This card tells me a little bit about sort of what's going on in the recent past. It sort of opened the door for us to be experiencing what we're experiencing in the month of October. So this is the 9 of Worlds, which is Harvest. And again, this speaks to that reward coming in, guys. This feels like something has been sown, some sort of seeds, or Worlds deals with like things of a material nature, some sort of idea, some sort of thing that we're working on right now, or were working on in the past. As we, set those seeds into place like a few months back or maybe a year ago, as we're trying to balance that stuff and work that stuff out right now, there is this reward that is to be gained. And this Harvest card backs that up for me, because with the harvest comes, we reap whatever it is that we planted however long back, right? This card is also very fall oriented, so that I feel like whatever it was in the past, it's speaking to me and saying that now is the fall, we're going into the fall, now is the time to reap this harvest of whatever it was that we sort of put away for Maybe it was last year or maybe it was 6 months ago, but whatever we started doing then, it's going to possibly pay off maybe now if we can keep it together with this balance card. Does that make sense? If we can keep everything balanced and continuing through October the way that it needs to go, there's a payoff to be had, and you know it. There's something, it's either, and it could be a payoff in a bunch of different ways for a bunch of different Virgos, right? Like this could be a relationship we've been working on with, say, a friend or a possible romantic relationship. This could be a job that we applied for and got, and we've been moving up to a place of maybe wanting a promotion. This could be a lot of different things, but I want you to look at it because this is a broad spectrum reading for a multitude of Virgos that might be tuning in. Whatever we were doing 6 months to a year ago, we knew that what we were doing, we were setting ourselves up for a great reward. And now that great reward is getting closer and closer in this diamond, but it's getting more precarious, and it's feeling as it gets closer, the Virgos are maybe getting a little bit more nervous that, like, if we don't hold it together, if we don't keep everything going in such like a sort of perfect way, it might all sort of fall apart. I don't necessarily think that it's going to. I just think that maybe you guys are fearful that it is, or somebody might be telling you that, oh, be careful, you can't do it that way. That might be this face in the background. Now, the next card is your spirit or soul card. This card tells me a bit about sort of where your spirit or soul is at, what it's focused on in the month of October, what it's working on. So we have the universe card here. The universe to me is wide open. Again, it says pay off. I feel like there is something really good about this card. It's sort of about like opening up new avenues, opening up new opportunities for the month of October, opening up new ideas on where we want to go and what we want to do. The work that we've put in, the hard work that we've put in, and the balance that we're sort of keeping, and the control that we're sort of keeping, the focus that we're keeping in the month of October is allowing the universe to sort of bring to us all of these different options, all of these different choices. But we want to make sure that we're not like falling into any sort of trap or idea of being sort of stuck. That would be my only warning with this card. But beyond that, the universe is like similar to like the world card in the sense that it's all sort of there for us. It's all sort of available to us. It's like it is a resounding sort of yes answer card. To me, this being in the soul or spirit space is the soul really wants to see kind of what can we achieve? What can we put together? Look at, we sowed these seeds however many months ago or a year ago, and we're starting to see the fruits of our labor come in, right? So if we continue to allow the fruits of the labor to come in, and we believe in it, and we really, really like bring it in, I think that this universe card comes into play in the sense that, it can maybe continue to keep coming in bigger and better ways that weren't necessarily foreseen when we first originally planted these seeds. Now, the next two cards are what I call the outside influences. These two cards are things that we should be made aware of, both either positive or negative, that are having a major influence on us during the month of October. They can be people, sometimes events, sometimes energies or beliefs that don't belong to us, but we've adopted, and they're having an influence or an effect on us in both positive and negative ways. So one is the 10 of Crystals. This is delusion. And this to me speaks to exactly that, thoughts of being deluded, thoughts of thinking that maybe we might fuck this up, maybe it might all fall apart, maybe we didn't do something correct. It's almost like the Virgos this Crystals deals with the element of air and the mental realm, right? And to me, this feels like this is sort of like either a belief system that we were taught somewhere along the line that, and that brings me back to this face of this woman. Like, is there a mother? Is there a voice of our mother in our heads? Or is there a boss? Some sort of senior female voice that we hear in our head that tells us, oh no, you can't do it that way. Oh no, that's not going to be successful. Oh no, that can't work out. And this is a delusion. It's not necessarily true. We see our goal, right? But we're feeling like, oh my God, we're never going to get there. That's why we're in this place of balance. Like, we're feeling like, oh shit, we could fuck this up excuse my language. Oh no, we could mess this up this month. We're not going to. The universe card says to me that it's kind of like on a soul level, the universe is ready to answer to us once we convince ourselves and realize that we are not deluded, or we are not like what we are doing, and the reality of it is very real, and we can have it. We have to be willing to believe that we can bring it in and achieve it, whether it be a job or money or a relationship, good health, whatever it is that my Virgo watchers are looking for in the month of October. This is saying to me, you can have it, but you have to believe that you can have it, and don't approach this situation from a place of fear where you're thinking, oh my God, I could make it fall at any point and I could lose it all. Because what you stand to gain with this universe card is so much more beyond what you understand. And I think that you don't even realize how many seeds you planted back when. The other outside influence is the art card. This is funny, this showed up in the exact same position in the last reading for Leo. This is all about creation. This is all about having it the way you want it and really getting to decide. It feels like similar to the universe card, where everything is open to you, right? On a soul level, like your soul wants you to expose you to any and all of it and let you have it all if you want. The art card says to me, you get to also have the opportunity where the universe brings you in the opportunity to be creative, to use your emotions, create your spirit, use that to create whatever it is that you want, and to allow that to sort of flourish. Now, you have a choice here, and this is sort of the balance act that I see that's happening in this card. Do we choose art and go crazy and trust ourselves and just create whatever it is that we want, regardless of what others think and whether or not they believe that we should? Or do we stay in this idea of, oh, that's a great dream, but it's a dream, it's too far away, and we'll never make it happen? To me, that's the balance that we're trying to find. Is we don't want to buy into any one thing. We want to be open to the universe. We want to harvest those seeds that we planted. We want to be creative, but we have to trust ourselves that we can afford to do that. We can afford to take that risk in the month of October, and we can afford to make these things happen. Okay? Now, this last card is what I call the final outcomes card. This card tells me a bit about sort of where things are going to go for most of you, barring that nothing major changes. It's not set in stone, guys. I don't want you to live for this outcome. What I'm saying is that this card is sort of like what's coming down the pipe, barring that the energy sort of stays the same in these cards. If this is a negative card, though, you guys can use it as a warning. You have free will. You can make choices and changes to affect this outcome so that if it's negative, it doesn't even come to pass. But if it's a positive outcome or a good card, then we don't really have to do much other than continue on the route that the path that we're on, and it's going to sort of naturally flow in this direction. So this card is the Chariot. Wow. All right, so I'm going to just say this. Of the first 6 signs that I've done, you guys have the most major arcana. You guys are going to have a big month. You have balance, you have the universe, you have the art card, and you have the Chariot. The outcome, the Chariot is always heading towards a goal in a very swift and like sort of decisive manner. There's a lot of personal power here. There's like moving forward, using your intuition, and even almost feeling lucky. This art card to me says, and this universe card says to me that you guys are going to have a bang-up month in October if you trust yourselves. You have to trust yourselves. Do not give into this like idea of delusion, this idea of overthinking things and thinking yourself out of these things. Get creative. Get into your, what is it that like moves your spirit and your soul, and trust that. Trust that and bring that in, because there's something that you guys set forth a while back that you were unaware of, and you're about to head towards it. And by the month's end, you're going to be moving, the majority of you, right? If you don't give in to this, if you don't like take on this energy of this delusion and overthinking energy that's going to want to creep in and test you, if you don't entertain this, you're going to be moving on to bigger, brighter pastures, greater reward, and moving with a swiftness that might seem a little bit scary. But if you trust it and you trust yourself, it'll bring you to somewhere like that I think will be beyond your wildest dreams. But that won't be until November's Tarotscope. And we'll see how well you guys play out this October, because if you guys give in to this delusion or fear, or you start to believe that you can screw this up and you spend too much time worrying. This is a balance of thought here. We want to stay balanced in our thought and stay focused on the prize and know that we can bring it in. But if you guys tend to worry and end up fearing that you're going to lose it, you could possibly manifest that, because the universe will give you whatever you are looking at, whatever you are wanting, whatever you are putting your attention. You have the opportunity here to put your attention on art or on delusion. In either way, whichever direction you go, you will go there quickly. And when you go there, you will experience the ramifications of those choices without even really realizing it, okay? So I think that because the overall, we have the Harvest card, universe, balance, chariot, and art, I think the overall gist of this is that you've got a lot of power behind the month of October. You have a lot of opportunity in the month of October. You have a lot of ability to bring in things that you maybe don't even know right now are possible. That's why you maybe are kicking off the month in this place of, oh God, I got to keep everything under control and balanced. But as it begins to come in, it will come in quickly with this chariot, and it will come in. I have a feeling, what I'm hearing from Spirit is that it's going to continue to come in. Like, it's not just an October thing. It's like, this is the end of October. This is when the wheels start to roll and it starts to move forward quickly. It's going to move into November and quite possibly December and into the new year, January too, where these things, these seeds, these ideas, these creations that you're creating with this art card, if you follow that energy, if you follow that and utilize that energy from the universe and from the art card, you could create some amazingly beautiful outcomes that will will take you by surprise. Let's just say that. All right, this is a great reading for the Virgos. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did like it, please give it a like. Comment if you have any questions. If you'd like further, more in detailed personal reading, I am available for readings. Follow me on Instagram. You can message me at my Facebook business page. All of it's on the Linktree link that you'll see on the front of the video. That will give you contact to me at all the different places that I'm at. And beyond that, have a great October, Virgos. I think you guys are going to do really well for yourselves as long as you make sure to, stay focused on the belief in yourself. Have a great day, and I'll see you at another video. Bye-bye.